In this video, we are going to learn who were the assassins, who founded them, why was there a need to find one of the most deadly killing machines in the history, what was the ideology and objective of the assassins, how their mysterious hideout, the Alamut fort, helped them evade the retribution for long, how they were trained to become ice-cold killers, some notorious assassinations carried out by the assassins, and last but not the least, how and why did the Mongol Khan Hulagu laid siege and wiped the assassins' order off from the face of the earth. It is the year 1192, the bustling medieval city of Jerusalem, a hotbed of political machinations and religious fervor, and the target is none other than the Conrad of Montferrat, a pivotal figure in the tumultuous landscape of the Holy Land. Conrad, a key player in the aftermath of the Third Crusade, finds himself at the epicenter of power, with ambitions that send ripples throughout the region. In a dramatic twist orchestrated by the assassins, one of their adept operatives, clad in the shadows of the ancient city, moves with the stealth of a phantom. The moonlight casts an eerie glow as the assassin navigates through the labyrinthine streets, closing in on the Connor's opulent residence. The assassins were known for their precision and fearlessness, and on this fateful night, history is about to bear witness to their prowess. With a dagger concealed beneath the folds of darkness, the assassins strike with swift, silent efficacy. The axe is both ruthless and theatrical, a testament to the mastery cultivated within the secret chambers of Alamut. As the moon watches in silence, Conrad of Montferrat breathes his last, and the assassin vanishes into the shadows once more. The echoes of this notorious assassination reverberates through the corridors of power, sending shockwaves across the medieval landscape and solidifying the mystique of the assassins as deadly puppeteers in the theater of power and deception. So who was the founder? But more importantly, why was there a need to establish an unprecedented order of assassins? Hassan ibn Sabah, a key figure in medieval Islamic history, was the founder of the secretive group known as the Assassins. Born in 1050 in Ray, Iran, Hassan later gained prominence in the 11th century for his role in establishing a network of Nizari Ismaili followers, an offshoot of Shia Muslims. But it was his stronghold, the Alamut fortress, that became synonymous with his operations. In the tumultuous tapestry of medieval geopolitics, the establishment of the Assassins or the Nizari Ismailis was a response to the precarious balance of power in the Islamic world during the 11th century. Picture a map where shifting alliances, territorial disputes, and the looming specter of the Crusades cast a shadow over the Middle East. At the heart of the matter was the geopolitical landscape shaped by Sunni-Shia divide. The Nizari Ismailis, a sect of Shia Islam, found themselves marginalized and often persecuted in the Sunni-dominated political landscape. This pushed Hassan ibn Sabah, the charismatic leader, to forge a different path for his community. Alamut, strategically perched in the Alborz Mountains, became the epicenter of this defiance. The need to establish the order of the assassins was, in part, a response to the vulnerability of the Ismaili community. The fortress served as both a physical and a symbolic refuge, a stronghold from which the assassins could navigate the treacherous waters of medieval politics. The rise of powerful Sunni rulers such as Saladin and the Seljuk king Malik Shah I posed an existential threat to the Nizari Shia community. However, it was not only the Shia Muslims, but an ever-looming threat of the Crusaders also necessitated a unique approach to survival. The assassins became a clandestine force, not merely to strike fear into the hearts of their enemies, but to tactically eliminate those who posed a threat to the Ismaili cause. The Crusades, with their sweeping waves of the religious fervor and military campaigns, added another layer to the geopolitical chessboard. The assassins in this context became a tool of resistance against both external Crusader forces and internal political adversaries. Their targeted assassinations were a means to disrupt the status quo and assert their influence in the world where conventional power dynamics seemed insurmountable. In essence, the establishment of the assassins was a strategic response to the geopolitical challenges faced by the Nizari Ismailis, a calculated move to carve out a space for themselves in a landscape where survival demanded more than conventional means. The mountain fortress of Alamut, a testament to their defiance, became a symbol of resistance against the backdrop of medieval power play. The ideology of the assassins and how they differed from the mainstream Sunni interpretation of Islam. The ideology of the assassins, rooted in the teachings of Nizari Ismaili sect, was a unique and nuanced interpretation of Islam that set them apart from the prevailing Sunni orthodoxy of their time. The Nizari Ismailis, led by Hassan ibn Sabah, adhered to a form of Ismailism, a branch of Shia Islam, that emphasized esoteric interpretations of religious doctrine. Central to their ideology was the concept of ta'wil, which referred to the allegorical or hidden meanings within the Quranic verses. The assassins believed that these deeper symbolic interpretations were accessible only to a selective few, fostering a sense of exclusivity and intellectual elitism among their followers. The esoteric knowledge became a source of spiritual authority and empowerment for the assassins. The assassins' ideological foundation also embraced the concept of the imamate, a central tenet of Shia Islam. In Shia tradition, the imam is not only a political leader, but also a spiritual guide and an intermediary between God and humanity. The Nizari Ismailis recognized the imam as the rightful and divinely appointed leader, and their allegiance to the imam played a significant role in shaping their worldview. One distinctive feature of the assassins' ideology was the principle of fidai, meaning self-sacrifice or devotion. Assassins considered themselves to be warriors on a sacred mission, willing to lay down their lives for the protection and advancement of the Ismaili cause. This fervent commitment to self-sacrifice became a defining characteristic of the assassins' ethos. The assassins' worldview was further shaped by a pragmatic approach to survival in the hostile political environment. Faced with persecution and marginalization by Sunni rulers, the assassins sought to navigate the complex web of medieval geopolitics by operating from hidden fortresses like Alamut. These strongholds served as both physical and symbolic refuges, allowing the assassins to resist external pressures and maintain their distinct identity. The ideology of the assassins was a blend of esoteric interpretation of Islamic teachings, devotion to the imamate, a commitment to self-sacrifice, and strategic response to the challenge posed by their political and religious context. The assassins saw themselves as guardians of hidden truths, operating in the shadows to fulfill their divine mission in a world where their beliefs marked them as heretical. The significance of the Alamut fort strategically. The Alamut fortress perched strategically in the Alborz mountain of Iran. It is a 3 hours and 30 minutes of ride from Tehran. It held immense significance for the assassins, both in terms of its geopolitical location and its symbolic importance. Strategically, Alamut served as a formidable stronghold with several key features that made it a pivotal asset for Hassan ibn Sabah and his followers. Natural defense. The geopolitical location of Alamut provided natural defenses that were crucial for the survival of the assassins. Situated atop a high and rugged peak, surrounded by steep cliffs and challenging terrain, Alamut was inherently difficult to access. This natural fortress made it resistant to conventional military assaults, providing the assassins with a secure base from which they could operate. Isolation and inaccessibility. The remote location of Alamut contributed to its inaccessibility. The mountainous terrain acted as a natural barrier, limiting the ease with which external forces could launch surprise attacks. This isolation played a crucial role in the survival of the assassins, allowing them to carry out their operations with a degree of autonomy and secrecy. Beyond its strategic advantages, Alamut held symbolic significance for the assassins. It became a central hub for their community, a physical manifestation of their resistance against external pressures. The fortress symbolized their commitment to preserving their unique interpretation of Islam and their determination to carve out a space for themselves in a hostile world. In essence, Alamut Fortress was more than just a military stronghold. It was the epicenter of the assassins' power, resilience, and defiance. Its strategic location provided the assassins with a secure base from which they could navigate the complex landscape of medieval geopolitics, conduct their covert operations, and preserve their distinct identity in the face of external threats. The training regime of the assassins. The training regime of the assassins was rigorous and multifaceted, reflecting the unique demand of their clandestine operations and the ideological principles of Nizari Ismaili sect. Initiates into the order underwent a comprehensive and disciplined process that encompassed physical, mental, and ideological aspects. Physically, assassins were subjected to demanding training in martial arts, combat techniques, and stealth maneuvers. The mountainous terrain surrounding Alamut served as a natural training ground, where initiates honed their skills in climbing, parkour, and navigating challenging landscapes. Physical agility and endurance were paramount, as assassins needed to move swiftly and silently in executing their covert missions. Mental fortitude was equally emphasized in the trainings of assassins. Initiates underwent psychological conditioning to develop unwavering loyalty to Nizari Ismaili cause and the Imam. The esoteric teachings of Ismailism, including the understanding of the hidden meanings within religious texts, were imparted to cultivate a deep sense of purpose and conviction among the trainees. The training also included indoctrination into the principles of fidai, or self-sacrifice. Initiates were instilled with the belief that their actions were not only for personal gain, but were a part of divine mission to protect and advance the interests of the Ismaili community. The commitment to self-sacrifice became a defining character of the assassins' ethos. Furthermore, they were trained in the art of disguise, espionage, and the use of poisons. Mastery of these skills allowed them to infiltrate enemy territories and execute targeted assassinations with a high degree of precision. The combination of physical prowess, mental resilience, and specialized skills made the assassins a formidable force in the shadows of medieval politics. The training of the assassins was a holistic process that shaped not only their physical abilities but also their mental and ideological outlook. The result was a cadre of highly skilled and committed operatives who operated with a sense of purpose and secrecy. Some notable assassinations by the assassins. The assassins under the leadership of Hassan ibn Sabah carried out a series of key assassinations that left an indelible mark on medieval history. These targeted killings were not only strategic but also theatrical, contributing to the mystique surrounding the assassins. Here are some notable instances. Conrad of Montferrat, 1192. Perhaps the most infamous assassination orchestrated by the assassins was that of Conrad of Montferrat, a key figure in the aftermath of the Third Crusade. Conrad, known for his political ambitions, was assassinated in Tyre. The event sent shockwaves through the political landscape and solidified the reputation of the assassins as master tacticians. Nizam al-Mulk, 1092. Nizam al-Mulk, a powerful Persian vizier, fell victim to an assassin's blade. His assassination was a response to the political maneuvering of the Seljuk Empire, highlighting the assassin's role in resisting external dominance and perceived threats to this mighty cause. Renaud of Chatillon, 1187. Renaud, a notorious Crusader lord, was targeted by the assassins for his aggressive acts against Muslim territories. His assassination demonstrated the assassin's strategic role in shaping the outcome of Crusader conflicts and protecting the interests of the Islamic world. Fakhr al-Mulk, 1121. Fakhr al-Mulk, a Seljuk vizier, met his end at the hands of assassins. This assassination was a response to the persecution faced by the Ismailis and showcased the assassins' determination to resist oppression and defend their community. The siege of Alamut Fort and the demise of assassins. Alamut held a strategically significant position in Al-Borz mountain of Iran. Its location provided control over key trade routes and access to the surrounding territories. Conquering Alamut would enhance the Mongols' geopolitical and economic influence in the region. The demise of assassins came with the relentless advances of the Mongol forces in the 13th century, signaling the end of an era for the enigmatic order. Alamut, the impregnable mountain fortress that had served as the epicenter of assassins' power, faced its greatest challenge as the Mongols, under the command of Hulagu Khan, descended upon the region. In 1256, Hulagu Khan launched a devastating campaign against Alamut. The mountainous terrain that has once provided natural defenses now became a battleground. The Mongol forces, renowned for their military prowess, reached a seemingly unconquerable fortress, bringing an end to the of the assassins. The fall of Alamut marks a turning point in the history of the assassins. The once secretive order, which had thrived in the shadows of political intrigue, could no longer evade the forces of change sweeping across the Islamic world. The Mongol invasion shattered the stronghold that had symbolized the resilience and the defiance of assassins. Following the fall of Alamut, the surviving assassins dispersed, some seeking refuge in the remote mountainous regions, while others integrated into different communities. The order, as it had been known, ceased to exist in its original form. The Mongol invasions not only brought physical destruction to Alamut, but also brought an end to the ideological and organizational structure that had defined the assassins for centuries. The fall of Alamut serves as a poignant character in the history of the assassins, illustrating the inevitable clash between an ancient order and the sweeping tides of change. The legacy of the assassins, however, lives on in the echoes of their enigmatic past, their daring exploits, and the mystique that continues to captivate those who delve into the shadows of medieval history.